All right. Welcome back, everyone. This is JP Trades. We are coming back at you with another morning update on Bitcoin. After yesterday's dump, we can see that we did break market structure to the downside. We had this point here on our charts. That was the previous low on the daily time frame, and we did break that structure. Now, if we come to the 3-day time frame, it is trying to save itself, and we are working our way up through sweeping this low, and also sweeping the internal liquidity of this low here, as well as hitting this demand. Now, if we take a brief look at the USDT pair, we can see that it was more of an SFP on the daily time frame. So we do have to take that into account, because this wick that was put in during the the Trump dump, this wick is different sizes on almost every pair that you look at. See, this one here, the USDT on Bybit, was a very, very clear SFP. The USDT pair on Binance, very close to call. Let's take a look. See, on Coinbase, this wick wasn't anywhere near down here. So we have to take those into account, as well as looking to our 3-day time frame, and also not ignoring the weekly time frame, as it is a higher time frame, and the higher time frame you have, of course, will hold more weight. Let's take a look at the 30-minute really quick, and we're going to clear everything off here. I just want to look at the candles, and I just want to look at structure. And I had already posted this in the this morning in the Discord, that we do have potential for a power of 3 setup to play out here. So we do have this as a potential. We are starting to trade back within the range. And if this is going to be a true power of 3, you would want to see it break structure and just really rip up. And this would be your target, if not here. Now, I do like that idea, and I would love for that to play out. However, we do have almost a double bottom here, and that I really don't like so much, because we definitely have a lot of longs that opened up here at the bottom, and they could be taken out. And let's check one other thing really quick. So it is, for me, it is a poor low, but technically it's not horrible. It did give you one single block there. I would actually prefer to see this on a tick chart rather than TradingView. Let's see. Let's go up in time frame a bit. I mean, that the power of 3 really does have some potential here, because I can't ignore this nice liquidity wave that we have here. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4, almost a quadruple top right here. Yeah. So I still like that power of 3 idea. I would love for it to really break some higher time frame structure. Let's see where our 1 hour structure would be. I wish this wick traded lower here, and this would be our break of structure. But since it's not, our 30-minute time frame structure point would be here. So you would want to really see this get broken. And this would be your first sign, at least for a mid time frame, market structure shift back to bullish. Okay. Let's go back to the 4 hour. We kind of did the same here. We had a double bottom, and then we kind of really pumped up. So could this double bottom do the same? It does have potential, even though I don't necessarily like it. I'm just going back in time and looking at fractals. And right, even here, when everyone was thinking that Bitcoin was going to zero, we did have a double bottom, and this was a very, very shallow SFP, it looks like. Yeah, very, very shallow SFP. And that was a macro bottom. But that was on a 4 hour time frame, whereas this is on a 30. However, this could get wings and fly. So I really do like the power of 3 setup here. I would be watching for this high to break at about 104.8. Call it 104.5, 105, depending on what exchange you're on. And I would be looking for a pretty fast move up. Let's go back to the higher time frames. If we were to come up here, and then we just reach one of the order blocks we have mapped out, I would want to then see this low taken, and then this low taken, and into this demand zone here. So we do have a point of control here, right in this demand zone. So right around 96.5. Let's also not forget that we have this gap on the CME right here. And as you can see, I have my alerts set to alert me when we take this liquidity and try to fill this gap right here. So with that said, that gap is right here below the value area low right here. We do have a lot of volume around this area as well. We do have the value area high that aligns with that fair value gap fill right here in the low 90s, call it 91, 92,000. But if we were to get very, very bearish, this is our weekly previous low. And again, ever since we were back here and we pumped up, I was expecting us for this low to actually come down further and mitigate this range. However, we barely missed the top of this range high here. So to me, this entire area is a very, very large area of unmitigated demand. And you have the point of control right about 67. So right around this demand zone, if we don't bounce from here, if we happen to come down here and flirt with the idea of trying to break this low, I want to see a very fast in and out SFP and then back for a new high, trading above this high. Nice liquidity wave down. However, in the bearish scenario, if we came down and just rushed right through it and back tested, I hate to say it, but I think we would be definitely be in a bear market at that point in time for a while. But that's what I have on the higher time frames. Let's go back to the lower time frames and see what's going on here real quick. So I took a trade off this back test here of this range, and I posted it this morning. We had a nice range, initiation, mitigation for the continuation. But now we are coming into this previous range here. And to be honest with you, I would expect it to at least get to this point of control before another leg down. And again, I wouldn't mind coming and clearing this out one more time. So those are my macro plans, my micro plans. And again, the best bullish case scenario, again, is for this power of 3 to play out. Now, will that happen today? No idea. It might take some time to play out. It can come down here and manipulate a little bit further and then play out. Or if it comes down here and just starts to range down further, it's going to be invalidated. But I'll keep you updated in the Discord on that. As far as local plays, I really like this naked point of control for a scalp, maybe back down to VWAP. So if we come up and lose that area, and we're creating a break of structure here, break of structure here. So we then maybe find VWAP coming along here, and then you can long up further towards this naked point of control and naked VWAP here, or even coming up here, taking all this liquidity and hitting into our double naked VWAP area. And at that point, you'd be really battling to shift structure bullish on the higher time frames. And then that's when I would want this entire thing to be taken. So that's it for me. I will update y'all on the Discord and let y'all know what I see as price develops.